Crafting the Cosmos is a game of incredible art and stunning components, but does the gameplay live up to just how good it looks? When you look at the game set up, it looks pretty complicated, which I imagine crafting a cosmos of elements would be pretty complicated, and it's more science than I would ever understand, but generally the game is super simple. There are two stages to gameplay: the energy stage and the crafting stage. First, the energy stage. What you are doing will be basically moving up to three marbles. Your marble has to be one, so say I was the teal player, I could move my marble 1, 2, that's 2 actions of movement, and I could move this dark energy marble 1, that's 3. I have moved 3. Then I will be collecting the energy from where I've placed my marbles. So I will be getting this element here, I will be getting 2 tiny teeny weeny life traces, and then I will be gaining all of the right hand benefits from all marbles around the board, not just my own. So I'll be getting 2 time in this example, 2 cards, another 2 life, and 1 of these gravitons. Then comes the second step, the crafting phase. I will be taking my elements and my life traces, and I will be playing them on my board. Stars can go anywhere on the board, and life traces have to go next to existing life traces on the board, which when you set up the game, you start with one of those. So they have to be adjacent. You can use gravitrons to move those life one space around the board, or you can move one of your elements around the board. If you have multiple elements on the board, you can snake them through to be able to reach further distance spaces in the galaxy. That's everything. That's pretty much the entire game. Every turn you will be moving your marble or marbles around the board 3 steps. If a track is full, you skip that step, but that keeps as 1 marble space. You'll be doing that. You'll be gaining more resources, more cards to be able to collect, to be able to get bonuses, to be able to put things on the board to give you more perks in the future. When every player around the table has had their turn, taken their energy, done their crafting phases on their board, then it is time for the end of the round. The objective marker will move 1 down on this track, revealing a second objective, and that will continue. And then in 3 turns' time, the objectives will start to cascade. You'll start to be able to score those objectives. So every time one reaches the end of this conveyor belt, you'll be scoring that objective. But then the next turn, there'll be another objective. So it starts a slow pace. The first 3 rounds, essentially, there's no objectives to score. You'll be just trying to get enough elements around your systems to flip them, score the points, and be able to potentially get life onto those systems. Everything about the game is pretty straightforward. Something that looks like it might be quite complicated really is pretty simple. There are a lot of symbols, and there is an image reference guide on the back of the instruction manual. However, once you've looked at this once, I'm pretty sure that you can tell what every single symbol on the board does without ever having to come back to that rulebook, which is just fantastic. You are set collecting. I really enjoy these where you collect sets of colours to spend to unlock extra bonuses to give yourself a little boost while you're trying to create your little cosmos on your board. Now, as much as I enjoy the beauty of this game and the puzzly elements to this game and working out the best possible scenarios and giving it's really thinky, but it's not perfect. There are some things in the game that, to me, are a bit jarring. Now, firstly, this is a multiplayer solitaire game. There is fundamentally nothing you can do that in any way affects your opponents. You're trying to move these marbles. Potentially, you could put one that's in the way, but they're quite easy to move out the way. You just have to puzzle it together, and maybe you won't get quite as many resources as you planned in your strategy, but you still can do it. It's not that much of an issue. Maybe people will get to the higher scoring life forms quicker than you because they'll put their life forms out on the board quicker. However, there's nothing on the board that stops you. Nothing affects you adversely anyway. The other thing with it being pretty multiplayer solitaire is those two phases. The energy phase and the crafting phase. The energy phase, great. You put in your marble and you get all of your resources. Then your crafting phase. Then you do that at the same time. So then you go, right, now I'll do my crafting phase. And you're putting out the things and you're moving up tracks, and then you're spending them to be able to move life forms around the board or move other energies around the board and be able to play like that. All while your opponents, they're just watching you. Now, we kind of house ruled it a little bit. While one player was doing their crafting phase, the next player started their energy phase. But then it became a bit more of a mess, because if someone was having a particularly long energy phase while someone was doing their crafting phase, the next person would start their crafting phase while the next person would do their energy phase, but the first player could still be doing their energy phase. So that's not a perfect house rule either, because you then have to remember, oh, I've just completed an alien, but I need to go for that. But then that person over there may have also completed their alien. So you can't really do that. That house rule works at a 2-player because you kind of opposite each other. But in a 4-player game, it gets much messier. And in a 4-player game, there are 3 people sitting there waiting for you to do your thing. Now, this might be something that someone has already worked out a synopsis for, or a situation for, that I don't know, and you could, in the comments, would be really cool if you could put that down there. But that to me is the not only is it solitaire, you're not actively affecting any other player. This could be a solo game, but it plays 2 to 4. There should be a solo mode. I can't understand why there couldn't be a solo mode, but then also you can play it solo because you're just moving marbles, really. So again, there could well be a solo mode. There may well be a fan-made solo mode. Who knows? But it is a multiplayer solitaire game, which I think is possibly the only sort of main drawback that a lot of people had. When we were playing it, I was reminded of a game like After Us, where you are connecting your cards together and you're scoring your points and you're doing your things and you're moving your stuff around. And then there's that like trust. Like, do you trust that your opponents are also doing the same thing? They haven't accidentally not spent. Because the other thing is, when you surround a star with your elements and you flip your star, you then have to get rid of one of your elements. But are you sure that everyone's remembered that rule? And especially if you are doing that house rule of trying to get someone else to do their energy phase while you're doing your crafting, are you trusting the person doing their crafting phase has remembered to get rid of an element? But that is neither here nor there. So I guess they're the 2 bugbears for me. The speed of, I'll take my complete turn, then you can take your complete turn. And that's the end of the round. Everything moves. And then we go again. So they are my little bugbears. It doesn't change my enjoyment of the game, the actual puzzle solving element. It just almost gets to the point where it overstays its welcome as far as how long it takes. And that can also be attributed to, I could have had a really good round and I could be doing loads of stuff and taking ages to do all my things and thinking, what's the best? I think this might be someone with analysis paralysis's absolute nightmare game, because there's so much going on and so much ways to move stuff around the board and flip things and add things and spend things and place things, that people could find issue with that. But overall, I'm very happy to have it in my collection. I really like the game. It is beautiful. I am looking forward to playing more of it. I worry at those higher player counts. I think this might be one that we pull out mainly at 2-player because it's just quicker. It's just quicker that way. And that is my overall thoughts on Crafting the Cosmos. Let me know in the comments below if you've ever played it, what you think of Crafting the Cosmos. Is there anything that I've missed that could improve that speed of gameplay, and rather than having people just waiting around for people to end their turn? Let me know in the comments. Please like, share, subscribe. If you enjoyed the video, please share it with a friend. I'd really, really appreciate that, helping me grow this YouTube channel to the giant conglomerate that it will be. It won't. Don't worry. Please like, share, subscribe. Do all those nice things. Play Crafting the Cosmos. And enjoy everything that you play. Play more games. Enjoy them. They're fun, right? I hope so. There's loads of them. Just play them all. If you don't like one, don't play that one. Play another one. If you like that one, happy days. Thanks for watching.